Hello and welcome everyone again into another video, and today's video I have some battles from my live stream today. I played on my live stream at twitch.tv/lead, and it's been the same team, not gonna lie. I've changed it multiple times, and every time I change it I either go 2-3 or 3-2, so I'm like, you know what, let's just stick to one team. And I'm just trying to get 500 wins in the Go Battle League so I can just claim the Elite TM, because I found out for 3 seasons in a row I haven't reached 500 games, 500 wins, because if you watch the channel, you know, like, I don't play the game that much due to like my work and other stuff to do, so I only play 1 day a week. But now I was like at 440 I think, and I'm just like committed to get 500 wins. And to be honest, I was like 2900 like last week. I'm like, okay, let's just keep playing, and I keep playing, and now I am 3300. So yeah, opponent here is swapped into, we're playing Sandstatin, one of the best players in the world. He won one of the regionals in Europe. I don't remember which one is that. So as I said, if you're able to get shields down, then you can just dude, I'm so tilted. Like, I was watching, clicking, there was a visual glitch, and then the opponent get a hidden fast move there, so that wasn't something I counted. So I was expecting the swap there, but that's why I didn't throw the move. Okay, so then after I live the Put Spice Blade, they don't live the Put Spice Blade, so I'm like, I'm comfortable tanking this, but this should win me the game. And yeah, we take this game. And moving into the next one, we're playing a Heatran. And Heatran, and I don't know if you guys know this, but Heatran actually wins this. So what's gonna happen, I'm just gonna shield here, and I found out that people now started baiting here, and they caught on a Lugia. As I said before, if they swap, this team doesn't have the best answer to Lugia swap in, so the best way is actually just to stay in. And for the Heatran, we have the what's his face, the Groudon. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm actually just gonna shield, because at this point every Heatran has a Rayquaza. So if I can keep the Rayquaza, on the Dialga, that's good enough for me. So now they bring in the Heatran, I throw this, and they shield it, which means I have to stay in. Why do I have to stay in? Because I only have one answer, and as I said, they might have a Rayquaza, so we need to keep the alignment, and it is the Rayquaza coming. And yeah, I've been struggling to beat that team when they have Solgaleo, and I don't think I've ever won a game if they have a Lugia, so that was probably the first one. I think that the way to go is, like, if they bring in Lugia, just to stay in. So here, I'm slow on this swap, which means they will get to the move first, or it will be a CMP. So I decided to just keep farming. So I'm just going to keep farming, farm, and then throw. So now I can outpace the whatever their lead was. And they have a Lugia. So we're just going to keep throwing on good timing. Chat is talking about something. Okay. Hopefully nobody knows the reference. I went for the catch here because like that should get me something, right? So now we'll keep farming, and this is the Aeroblast. I don't need to shield this, to be honest, because I can still get to a move. And as we said, it's as we saw in the lead, it was Fire Fingzation. Okay, so now they are in Fire Punch range, so we Fire Punch and we keep farming. So what we do is, I threw here because I found out that they will actually live and I don't live. So do we shield here? I think I just shield in case it's a wild shot, and it is the wild shot. Now what do? We get to 2 moves before them, so technically we can throw a Sacred Fire. I don't want to debuff myself, so that's why we throw a Sacred Fire. Now we throw a Brave Bird, and we should win this game. And yeah, beating two Lugias in a row. Mewtwo. Dialga beats a Mewtwo. The problem is, with Ho-Oh, you always, you know, like if you do one incinerate, you kind of throw everything off guard. So you have to stay in and get a debuff. You get a debuff here, you live 2 side strikes. So you don't need, if you get a debuff, you don't need to shield the next 2 side strikes because you live because of the debuff. But if you don't debuff, you throw a Sacred Fire, then Brave Bird, then you swap out. Doesn't matter what happened, you swap out. So since I swapped, they brought their Pokemon, they will get to the Draco before me. So what do we do here? I'm just gonna no shield. This is an Iron Head. But I'm gonna throw the Draco here in case they no shield, and they didn't shield, and they have a Giratina in the back. So option 1, we go Groudon. Option 2, we want them to dump their energy. Well, they didn't dump their energy technically, they actually farmed to their energy. But technically they did 6, so technically it wasn't full farm for them, which is good for me. So now I need to shield the Shadow Ball, which I did. So at this point, there is no baiting. I would just need to go straight Petrified Blade. And their Wing Con is calling a bait, so that's why I don't bait here. So what do? We just keep throwing. And yeah. Okay, moving into the next one. We have Giratina lead. With Giratina lead, as I said, you always throw a Brave Bird and dip. You can, if you want, swap to Groudon because technically Giratina teams do not have flyers. But I don't like that. Why would I do that when I can just throw a Brave Bird and swap? And look at that, I have more health than them because Brave Bird does so much damage. We swapped at the same time, so technically this should be a CMP. I don't want to shield. Even if, see, we called the bait. So now I'm just gonna throw it with a move right before they get to the move. And they shielded. Okay, now what do? I have to go back to Ho-Oh, I think. This is a fine shield, honestly, because the Giratina doesn't have energy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a Brave Bird here and then swap to Groudon. Oh my, I ended up doing 1 incinerate. I don't know why. Like, I look at the screen, I see myself tapping, but I was playing it during Go Fest, and usually the game just bad during big events. Icepan hasn't streamed in a while, so he's like, what is this animation? I'm like, yeah, I can't even look at the screen. Imagine, like, Xerneas Mir is probably the worst, and that was a nice 5-0. We hit 32, 38, and I think I ended up going 3-2, then 5-0 again, or 4-1. So I hit 3300 MMR, but let's see these battles. Giratina lead. Why do I have Giratina leads the most? Because people always say that this team is weak to Giratina in the lead. So that's why I try to feature as many Giratina leads as possible. Opponent swapped in Azu. Or sorry, Primarina. I saw like Water Fairy. It's like, oh, opponent swapped Azu. In this matchup, they actually win the one. Primarina, because it takes a neutral from Iron Head, so they don't faint. But here, I actually need to shield to get the second Iron Head because I don't want them to have that much energy. Sorry, I don't want them to have that much health. So now what do? I'm just gonna go Ho-Oh, and I was counting. I know that this is a disarming voice, and I should be able to get to this move. So now it doesn't matter what they bring, it will get Brave Birded. Inadequate saying my knowledge is impeccable. I don't know about that. So here, we need to shield the Shadow Ball, and if they catch, it's gonna be tough. So what do, guys? Bro. Yeah, this is the lose con. I think I lose now because it's a Togekiss, actually. Well, that's not the worst, because technically I need 4 of these. But we ended up wasting Petrified Blade. So that's not efficient, and I think they will get to the move right there. Okay, we ended up catching. So now, oh my, I actually lost the track of the energy. I could have done one more and then throw, because the next one will, okay, either 2 or bust. And I was 1 fast move short. To be honest, this game was closer than it looked like. Their catch was more important to the game than my catch. Okay, Groudon lead. This is a dominant matchup. Opponent safe swap station. So usually when they insta throw, it's wild charge. So I'm gonna keep over farming. Nice over farm. Sorry guys, the lights are dimmed because I'm about to go sleep right after that I upload these to YouTube so you guys can get some entertainment. And thanks for all the people who've been sending some nice messages, leaving some nice comments, and subscribing to the channel to help this channel to grow and see some success. So yeah, by the way, more to go next season. I will try to do 1 weekly live stream on YouTube and 3 on Twitch. So technically now I stream 4 times a week, but I will do 1 of them on YouTube next season. So if you guys like that, please let me know if you guys care about the live stream or you don't, because usually I stream Monday during league rotation day and the weekends. So hopefully I can stay consistent doing that. Now we just swap and we should win this game. And yeah, I think there is 3 more to go. Dialga lead, as I said before, you just Sacred Fire this and you should have a good game. As I said before, if they threw their move right before you get to the Sacred Fire, that means it's an Iron Head. If they threw right on CMP when you throw the Sacred Fire, that's Thunder. If they threw after, that might be a Draco. Okay, so they brought in the Lugia. Now what do? I'm just gonna keep farming, to be honest. I'm actually considering running Thunder on Dialga, but to be honest, the Draco has been doing me some good heavy lifting, so I don't want to remove that. Okay, now what do? We throw another one. What if they shield? I don't care. So since they shield, now we swap out and we should take this game. Moving to the next one, we have Ho or Mir. How do you play the Mir? It's actually personal preference, so up to you. I actually always like to get a debuff. If I can get a debuff, that would be nice. If I don't get a debuff like that, there's nothing I can do. So they Sacred Fire as well, and they got the attack fell, which means they don't need to shield my move, while I need to shield their move. But that's actually the way the opponent played this is actually the way to play it. So play it like my opponent. So my opponent there, big shout out to you. That's actually the better way to play it. So that's why, guys, like sometimes I'm against those streamers who delete the losses, because sometimes the play is actually to do with the way the opponent did it. And like I haven't figured out how to play the Mir, but the way the opponent did it is actually the way to go. So you throw Sacred Fire on 4, and then you do 5, and then you Sacred Fire again. If the opponent Brave Bird like I did there, you just win, because your Sacred Fire is gonna do enough damage and you don't need to be debuffed. So a big shout out to my opponent. I live a Shadow Ball here. Yeah. Nice live, yes sir. They get to the move, and I don't, and they have the win, and they take the win. So GG my opponent. Dragonite, how do I play this matchup? So usually you build to 5 Incinerates, which is 100 energy. You don't need to shield this. This is easier a bit than Rayquaza. Rayquaza is more annoying to do. So you go to 5 and then you throw. Usually whenever I have my Gotcha connected, like the Pokemon Go++, and it's spin, I lag in the game. So be aware of that. I tend to not have Gotcha spinning Pokestops when Pokemon Go++, when I am playing the battles. This is a superpower because I was counting, they have 70 energy, they baited, so the next one's supposed to be this. I don't know how to win this game at this point, to be honest, because this is just hard RPS and opponent just maintain the alignment. So for me, I don't think I can win. Let's see if we can pull some miracle here. EQ can one shot. Now what do? We just hopefully get a Fire Punch and put it in Dragon Breath range. So is that even possible? Let's see. So they have 2 Dragon Breaths at this point. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was 8. Nice counting. Yes, it's a Dragon Claw. And now it's a Dialga in the back. We deco this, and this should be a good game. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for watching. This is the end of the battles. If you guys like the content, make sure to leave a like, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.